Hello everyone, how are you? So as I promised, today is going to be a very long detailed video about erectile dysfunction. You do not have to have erectile dysfunction to watch this video. This is a very important video, I feel, about just what's happening with the energy of the divine masculine and the masculine in general in our world, in our society. And I feel like it's a very important conversation to have right now from what I'm observing. And again, I feel like we all should be having these conversations more, because this is an issue. This is a big issue that's happening to way too many men in our society today. And this is not natural. This is not the way it should be. And I believe there is a reason, there is an agenda to make this happen. I'm not going to go into it right now, but we can heal it. This is reversible. And we really need to start looking at these things, because they affect the ability to come to a sacred union and to be in our full power and capacity as human beings. So first, a disclaimer. I am not a physician, and this video is not health advice and medical advice in any way. I speak more about the energetic and spiritual causes, but also we're going to go through all the layers, physical, spiritual, emotional, that have to do with, that are causing erectile dysfunction, and also what to do with it. And yeah, it's really about getting a deeper understanding on how to be a better lover, embodying your divine masculine, and yes, also perhaps avoiding erectile dysfunction in the future, because it can happen to you in the future if you are not careful. So stay tuned until the end. It's going to be, like I said, a long detailed video, but I'm going to give you a lot of practices and ways to reverse it, to heal it, and again, to make sure you never have it. You never have this problem as a man. If you're a woman also, please listen to this, because again, many men are suffering from this, and we also as women, as conscious women especially, I feel like we need to have the tools and the understanding to help men today. So without further ado, we're going to continue. And also please watch my latest video that I did about porn, because it is really connected to this video. So you can watch it now, or you can watch it at the end of this video, it doesn't matter, but make sure that if this topic is interesting for you or important to you, watch the video about porn, because they go together and they're very important. So all right, so penis doesn't lie, just like the pussy, all right? They do not lie. They tell you the truth. So that's the way I teach women to speak to their pussy and to their womb. Men really need to start communicating and understanding their penis and what's happening with their penis, because it tells you a lot. There is a reason that erectile dysfunction, I just actually recently that you call it ED for short, so I'm going to call it ED. There's a reason why ED happens, and it is vital to explore all the levels of the man, so that you can know thyself, as well as be a more whole man in every aspect of your life. And again, so I'm going to give you all the information I can in this video. If you are really suffering from erectile dysfunction, I don't personally work with men one-on-one anymore, but it will be great for you to seek for help with the right people. I've helped many men deal with a lot of different kinds of sexual, emotional dysfunctions and traumas, and it's, this is my sex priestess work, and I feel like we all need to do this work now. It's vital, not just for yourself, but it's vital for the world, because the masculine is here to bring. You are a channel of light. You're here to bring a specific amount of light into the world. And if your channel is interrupted, and if you're not in your full power as a divine masculine, then we're all missing out on your power and on your light that you are able to channel for us. So, it's a wonderful gift that the masculine is bringing to us. So again, we're going to explore the physical, emotional, and energetic levels of a man, and why he could have a sexual dysfunction. And again, stay till the end, because I'm going to guide you through some powerful techniques and practices that will, can change your sex life and your health, and ways to hold your semen and really embody your God man. What is erectile dysfunction? Erectile dysfunction, also called impotence, is the most common sexual problem in men. It is a spectrum disorder, meaning some men can't get it up at all, and some men can't keep it up. For some, it happens every time they have sex, and for some, once in a while. For some, it is a physical problem, and for some, it is emotional or psychological problem. So that's why we got to cover all of these layers. Like I always say, like when I work with people, I work with all the layers of their being, because it's very important. So erectile dysfunction is the inability to get or keep an erection firm enough to have a complete sexual intercourse. All right, let's talk numbers for those of you who like numbers and details like that. Around 40 million US men have ED. That's a lot. That's a very big number, guys. Erectile dysfunction affects more than 50% of men over the age of 40, even though this is a research from a long time ago, and right now actually younger and younger men are suffering from erectile dysfunction. Research from 2013, which is a while ago, found that ED affects 26% of adult males under 40 years old. And again, now the numbers are getting higher. Other studies have suggested that around 8% of men between the ages of 20 and 29 and 100% of males ages of 30 to 39 have some form of ED. The actual number might be even higher, and I'm sure it's even higher actually, because men under the age of 40 are less likely to seek treatment than those over the age of 40, and a lot of men are actually embarrassed to talk about it probably. So I feel that the rise in the erectile dysfunction, and also in younger and younger boys, is one of the many physical manifestations of the destruction of masculinity in our society. It is clear to see that there are way more men who suffer from this condition, and it is, again, in many young men and boys these days. This is very alarming. This is no joke, guys. So this is why I felt very important and strongly to make this video right now. It is important to note that when a man doesn't communicate about his problem openly, the woman may feel like she's doing something wrong, or perhaps her man doesn't find her attractive anymore, which can bring a tear in a relationship. So open communication and acknowledgement of any sexual issue with men or women is key in taking steps to also solving the issue. A man who is confident and open about his sexual problem is a lot more attractive also than a man who tries to ignore it. And sometimes men even, go beyond and they even blame the woman that she's something wrong with her, instead of like actually acknowledging that they have a problem, which is, very not attractive. So because whether you like it or not, the woman's going to notice this problem. This is not something you can hide, and this is not something you can ignore. It is the woman's going to feel it, and she's going to be, again, whether you like it or not, she's going to be disappointed. She's going to feel unsatisfied in many ways, not just the physical. For us women, again, being penetrated by a man that we love is an extremely deep yearning that I speak about all the time, the feminine yearning. So yeah, of course, we need the physical. It is a manifestation of the spiritual, but we need both, and we need you in your power. Again, a woman needs you in your power, not in your ego, in your true divine power. For women who watch this video, and maybe you have a partner who has this issue, never take erectile dysfunction personally, first of all. Be as supportive as possible and see your man. This is your job, by the way. This is the job of the feminine in a committed, loving relationship. To see the man in his absolute optimal health and performance. You cannot do the work for him, but your belief in him is the greatest gift that you can share with your man. See your man as the channel of light that he is. Work your loving magic on him. If your man is connected to you deeply, you can shift his energy. And I talk about this a lot. This is a sex priestess work. It is your job, in fact, as his divine feminine counterpart, to bring out the God in him, to inspire the God out of him, as he holds and worships the goddess within you. This is why, men, you must treat your woman as the goddess that she is, because this is how you will benefit the most from her love and devotion. This is the beautiful connection of a sacred union and what it can do for each other. Unfortunately, most people are not in a sacred union and they're not truly soul connected, so they cannot actually help and empower and help each other evolve. So this is the problem, unfortunately. And people blame it on monogamy, but it's really not the problem with monogamy. It's the problem that people are not maturing, not evolving, not doing the actual work that's necessary. People go into relationships literally not knowing who they are. And so you have these two masks trying to have a relationship and a bond. And yeah, good luck with that. That's not how it works. All right, so let's first dive into the physical causes of ED, of erectile dysfunction. I want you to understand something basic when we begin to talk about this. The penis is the extension of the man. It is the extension of your energy, of your divine masculine and just masculine energy. It is a sign of the man's psychological and physical health as well as a spiritual potency. Because the penis and heart connection, which I always speak about, is very important in men, if the penis is weak, that also means, spiritually, energetically, that the heart is also weak in a way. And we'll continue talking about this a little bit more. And again, when I say the heart is weak, it can be very different reasons for every man. Because like I said, there are not just physical, but there are spiritual, energetic, emotional causes. There's trauma. For every man, it could be very different. How the man shows up in life is how he shows up in his penis. This can be a sign for the physical health, his divine masculine power, his relationship to the woman or women, etc. Many, like I said, many other reasons. Also, watch my other video. There's a video I made long ago. It's called I don't remember. I'm gonna post it down below, but it's about how do you view your penis. It's very important because most men don't even think about it. They don't even talk to their penis. You really must have a new communication with your penis. ED can happen most often when blood flow in the penis is limited or nerves are harmed, when there's not enough blood flow not enough blood can flow into the penis, or too much blood is released too fast from the penis. Basically, the penis cannot trap blood during an erection. If blood does not stay in the penis, a man cannot keep an erection. This issue can happen at any age. And like I said, the blood is the source of life, and this symbolizes the ability of the man to hold, contain, release life flow through him. All right. Many health issues can reduce blood flow into the penis, such as arthritis, heart disease, high blood sugar, diabetes, and smoking as well. Smoking can cause that as well. Nerve signals from the brain or spinal cord do not reach the penis. This is connected to the Kundalini energy that rises up our spine. This is all connected, guys. So the physical is obviously connected to the spiritual. It's the inability of the man to move, to hold, to transmute life force within his body. This is very important. Diabetes can cause small vessel disease or nerve damage to the penis. Cancer treatment near the pelvis can affect the penis functionality. Surgery or radiation for cancers in the lower abdomen or pelvis can cause ED. Treating prostate, colon, rectal, or bladder cancer often leaves men with ED. And so on and so forth. All these reasons. Drugs used to treat other health problems can negatively impact erection, so be careful. I always say careful with drugs. Antidepressants, blood pressure medications, heart medications, Viagra can destroy your erection long term. It can cause a lot of damage, and we're going to go into it later too. Patients should talk about drug side effects, of course, with their doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just speaking about this information. ED can be an early warning as well of a more serious illness, like I'm sorry, I'm really bad with like reading these long words. Sorry. Scoliosis. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing this correctly. It's hardening or blocked arteries. Also heart disease, high blood pressure, or high blood sugar from diabetes. So just make sure, first of all, to rule out any physical causes of ED. This is important. I needed to say it first. But again, every physical condition you may have, please see the symbolism of it and how it's connected to your energetic flow of life force within your body. All right, and you can watch all my videos. You can read my books. There's a lot of information in there, and you will begin to understand the symbolism behind it. Because again, unfortunately, I cannot help every single person through YouTube. So I'm trying to give you all the information so you can deeply understand your specific unique situation. More physical causes are, of course, stress or emotional reasons, which we'll talk about later. EMF, too much radiation and cell phone close to your body, especially men, you know, they carry their cell phone today in their pockets all day long, and it's just really bad, guys. And some people are more sensitive than others, so don't think that just because other people don't get ED from it, you can't. So I am extremely sensitive to EMF, for example. Some people are more affected than others. So I have my phone on airplane mode most of the day, for example, because I'm trying to like lower my, the radiation. But just something to think about. Poisons like air fresheners, cleaning supplies, or other toxic materials you may be around at home or at work. The quality of air where you work or live, make sure to have as less toxins in your life as possible. Nutrition. I always talk about this. Consumption of animal products, especially dairy, affects the hormone levels in women and men, especially men, because it raises your estrogen and lowers your testosterone. Super important, guys. Okay. Again, in men especially, it's toxic for all humans, but in men especially, it can cause a wide variety of dysfunction in the body, especially sexual dysfunction. Eat live foods and clean water as possible. Foods that increase your sexual libido, like papaya, banana, spinach, dark chocolate, cacao is the best. Ginger, pumpkin seed, etc. Drugs. Let's talk about bad drugs. The bad drugs, guys. And alcohol are detrimental for your health, and of course, this includes your sexual health. Taking pills like Viagra can even make this worsen in time. So please try to avoid Viagra. This is not the solution. The solution is to heal your body. The solution is to empower your sexual life force. Viagra is not something you should go to if you have erectile dysfunction, all right? You want to think long term. Okay. Hormonal imbalance. So let's talk about hormonal imbalance, again, through dairy, which I talked about a minute ago. Men have too much estrogen in their diet these days. Dairy is mucus. You have to understand what dairy actually is, and it is full of growth hormones for a baby cow to grow. You are not a baby cow. It is poison for the human and for men, especially in this case, like I said, it actually pumps them with estrogen, and you are becoming more feminine. And we see a world full of men who are very feminine. Even if they really act so masculine and rough, they are in their feminine side. They have no purpose. They are not empowered in their heart. It's a pandemic. This is the real pandemic in my eyes, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. So yeah, we need men to be men again. We need women to be women. And we really need to be in our divine power again. Hormonal imbalance can also be caused from behavior. So if a guy smokes weed all day, has no purpose, like I said, acts very feminine, doesn't take responsibility for his shit, this is going to make an impact on his hormones as well, on your hormone balance and levels in your body. Body and spirit are connected, so find a way to embody and strengthen your divine masculine every day. Ask yourself, what is a God man to me? What is a divine masculine essence looks like? And then what steps can I take right now every single day to embody that? Is it you know, finding a purpose, saving more money, doing some Tai Chi, whatever martial arts, to have some sort of a physical and spiritual practice that you are committed to every day. And like I said, when I work with men one-on-one, when you do this, make sure you do it at the same time every day, because this is another level of masculinity that I speak about. The masculine is ruled by time, by Saturn. So what you want to do is you want to connect to time again. Do you respect other people's time? Do you respect your own time? If you have a meditation practice you're doing every day, do it at the same time and show up for yourself. It's a very strict routine that a divine masculine needs to have, but it really helps you to embody that power within you. It's not about sleeping with a lot of women. Actually, that's not a divine masculine. Divine masculine is a one point of attraction. It's this channel of light that has a one point of attraction. And when men actually sleep with multiple women, guess what? They're in their dark feminine. They are not even in their shadow masculine. They're in their dark feminine. A lot of you are going to be resistant to what I'm saying. That's okay. Take a minute to think about it. Once you understand these aspects, the divine and shadow feminine and the divine and shadow masculine, these four aspects, you will see that you're actually, this is the way you're behaving, you're smoking weed all day and sitting and have no purpose and sleeping with multiple women or like texting multiple women on the phone, you are in your shadow feminine as well as your shadow masculine. So, something to think about. All right. Okay. Yeah, because again, becoming feminine is not just putting on lipstick. Becoming feminine is the passivity that we see in men today. It is very unattractive. The lack of divine masculine power, the lack of honor, the lack of purpose, that is not what we need, guys. We need you in your power. I always say this. We really need you in your power. I don't believe that being a feminist is about we don't need men. That's not true. That's bullshit. We need men. And we need you in your power, not in your shadow, not in your ego. If you're going to keep being in your ego and your shadow, we really don't need you, because it's actually making it more difficult for women. But we need you in your full beauty and power and potential, men, because your beauty is amazing. All right. Continuing to talk about porn, I'm going to discuss it a little bit in this video, but please watch the full video from the last time that I posted. I think it's called Deep into Porn. So, all right. In this video, I'm just going to go over a little bit about the physical, neurological, emotional, spiritual effects from porn. Because again, it's very important porn is a huge reason and a cause for erectile dysfunction. And porn is everywhere today. It's not just in porn movies. We are just bombarded by it in Instagram, in ads everywhere around. Remember, when you masturbate and orgasm with porn, you literally fry out the nerves in your brain. You also fry out the nerves in your penis. They become desensitized. Add to that the spiritual warfare on masculinity that we have today, and you have a world of men who are lacking any form of their divine power and potency in bed and outside of bed. So again, I don't want to go through all of these because I went through so many details about porn in the last video. Please watch it. It's very connected to this video. Porn depletes your serotonin and life force. It creates leaks in your body and energy field. Women, or your woman, she cannot fully be safe and trust you because she will subconsciously feel those leaks of energy. She doesn't have to know you're watching porn. She's going to feel it. You literally will have life force depleted out of you. The good news is, again, I said it before, this is reversible. ED is not something that you have to stay with forever. Just, you got to wake up. You got to do the work. You got to give yourself that love and commitment to really want to embody your full power. Some men don't want to embody their full power. You probably shouldn't be watching this video. But if you do want to embody your full power, there is work to do. And yes, unfortunately, there is more work for men than women, because women are already naturally connected to a specific source, to the womb of the mother, since we are the holders of the womb. And there is a different, it's not that we're better, but there is a different way that men and women connect to source. When men connect to source, it's through the woman. I know this is going to be a little triggering for a lot of you, but a woman is your connection to source, the feminine. When you are penetrating a woman, literally, with your penis, you are penetrating the womb. The womb is the universe itself. And this is why it's important to live in this committed, monogamous relationship. And I know a lot of you are also triggered by the word monogamy, but you shouldn't, because monogamy is great. We just haven't done it correctly for so long, so people are really resistant to it. But when you're entering your woman, you're entering the entire cosmos. And she gives you, your woman, when you're in that high of a connection, she gives you so much. It's priceless. So yeah, it's such amazing gift that the feminine and the masculine give each other. And this divine flow of energy can be life-changing and world-changing. And this is why I do this work, because I know that sacred union is going to change the world. Okay. And I'm just going to mention it quickly. Porn is like a cesspool of trauma, of our collective trauma. And what we want to do, we want to heal that trauma. We want to evolve through it. This is why my book is called Sex Magic Evolution, because we want to evolve and make it better. We don't want to get stuck in the same old routine and cycle of trauma, all right? This is very, very huge to grasp. It's, this is also the way of the dark forces to suck away our life force through trauma and through sexual energy. So porn does both of them. Porn is a good tool for them to take away our life force through both of them, through very distorted sexual trauma, sexual energy and trauma. Remember, sex is our main power as humans, and there is an evil agenda to destroy our power in natural ways to build and keep life force. This attacks mainly men, because I said in the last video too, men are more susceptible for programming and manipulation. I know I trigger a lot of you in many things that I say, but please keep an open mind. That's all I'm asking. And if we have a world that has no real powerful heart-guided men, we are left with no protection, no real leaders who lead from the heart, who lead from the connection to all society and really do lead for the good of all. We are left vulnerable. We need to strengthen the divine masculine once again. This is why I do what I do. The time of the mother is the time of all her children. The feminine is all-inclusive. The masculine is not all-inclusive. The masculine just includes the masculine. And because we've been programmed and live in a world of the shadow masculine only thinks and creates things for the shadow masculine. Right now, when the divine feminine is rising, we are creating a world that is suitable and it is containing everything and everyone. The goddess is rising, but we need the God on our side. This is why, sisters, please never settle or accept anything less than the God in men. While, of course, do all that it takes to embody the goddess within you. Obviously, because I cannot accept men to be in their full potential and you need to be the God for me, you need to be my king, but I'm not going to live and embody my full queen and goddess. This is a responsibility we have, sisters, to embody the goddess in everything that we do, with integrity, with power, with respect, with honor. And of course, with sacredness. Sacredness is the key. I actually tattooed that word on my hand in Hebrew. All right. Okay. So this is a practice, lower pelvic strength. So men, if you have this issue, one thing you can do is look for some prostate or Kegel exercises for men, strengthening the muscles around the penis and anus. This is very important. The muscles that help with bladder and bowel control and also during sex. Again, another thing you can do is massage your perineum, anus, and your G-spot daily. Yes, daily. To awaken the sexual energy in that area. It's very important because that's where your life force comes from. It is spiritually also helps with clearing deep trauma and fears. You can read more about it in Sex Magic Evolution. And again, just like women strengthening their pussy muscles, men can and should do the same This strengthens your control over your erection as well as ejaculation, and enhances your orgasms and overall pleasure. So even if you have ED or you don't have ED, even if your penis works wonderfully, these are great exercises to do to strengthen your sexual flow and your semen. This is part of semen retention. This is not all of semen retention practices. But it's very important to really strengthen that space in you. Not to mention you can last longer in sex and be a better lover for your partner and experience new levels of pleasure. So it's a win-win for everyone. Now let's talk about stress, because this is very important when it comes to erectile dysfunction. Lowering stress levels will significantly help with your sexual energy, since it is life force, and stress sucks away your life force as well as causes blockages in the body and energy body. And we need clear flow of blood, like we talked about before. There's about the blood flow that causes erectile dysfunction. So we need a clear flow of blood and life force, which is blood, to get to full erection. Daily meditation and physical exercise practices for men, any type of, like I always say, martial art, any type of martial art is really great to practice daily, because it is also strengthening the sense of purpose and honor and divine masculinity. But you can find whatever practice works for you. So make sure you have a spiritual and a physical daily practice that you do, again, every day at the same time. Do you feel stress with your relationships, with your work, with money? Perhaps old traumas are reappearing in your life. So pay attention, when did this erectile dysfunction happen in your life? Maybe some memories came up, or traumas, or maybe you entered a specific relationship with a specific woman that brought up certain stresses or things like that. Practice deep present breathing alone, and also with your partner. And again, all these exercises are in my book, and we're going to go through a few exercises at the end of this video. Very important breathing exercises actually to do. Communication. Talk about that openly. Talk about your sexual problems openly. You need to feel safe and open with your partner, or if you don't have a partner, find a therapist or someone you can talk to. Have self-compassion and self-love. Take the pressure off of yourself. You don't need to get somewhere to prove anything. You don't need to be hard all the time and to put on a show and to perform. Please take that pressure off of you. You can absolutely get to a place of hard erection, but it should happen organically in a fun way with self-care, love, and awakening self-power, not to please anyone else or to show off. Right? This is not, if you're in that space, it's going to be very hard for you to get to a full erection if you have this issue. So, tension and constriction. So there's a huge buildup in most men when they are sexually stimulated and having sex. They usually even hold their breath. A lot of men hold their breath without noticing, making the blockage in the sexual region even stronger. So relaxation, slowing down, and deeper breathing will help a man a lot in the time he's trying to master the control over his body and penis again. So very, very important. When men have such strong, overwhelming, uncontrollable built-up of energy in one place, then the body, it's very stressful. The body is going to want to release it. And this is also where premature ejaculation happens as well. The mastery of a man in sacred sexuality is to move and expand the sexual energy to all his body, not just the penis, to use that life force in the correct way. Not like, just like, let it explode. You master your power. Erectile dysfunction may be your divine call to begin your mastery of this practice so you can be the best lover you can be for your goddess. Now, a tip, practicing semen retention, and we're going to go through, again, practices later on, slowing down and focus on your partner's pleasure first. The more conscious a woman is, the more she is connected to her sexual energy, and it will be less attractive for her if you come before she does. Even if a woman tells you, oh, it's fine that you came before me, it's okay. Deep down, there is she's very unsatisfied, not just physically. Physically, she can be fine, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically, she's not satisfied, and she knows she can't trust you anymore. I can guarantee that. Even if she's not aware of it consciously, subconsciously, that's what's happening in a woman. And okay, so a God lover, breathes deep. He can fuck really hard, but he knows when to slow down and even pause when he needs to. And he keeps the energy in his body in a steady flow. So there's not like this eruption of, like construction and like then eruption of energy like that he can control. He controls it, and he does it in a pace where it's aligned with his partner. All right, connected to her sexual energy. So it will be less attractive to her, again, if you just come before she does and there's no control and whole big mess. So yeah, steady flow, mastering your life force. So a God lover doesn't let the energy to be released from his penis in a form of ejaculation. Instead, he uses this energy to go on and give himself, not just his partner, but he gives himself more energy and more power with an enhanced stimulation. When the woman does this too, this becomes an epic sex. This becomes just mind-blowing. Also, the slower you go, the more power you have, the deeper the breath, the more connection to your partner you will have, and you also will be more attentive to your partner's body. So it's just, again, win-win situation for everyone. Let's dive a little deeper. All right, so let's talk about penetration. Let's talk about the word penetrate. It's a verb. It means to enter, pass into, or force a way into, to enter into and permeate, to affect deeply, as by being known or by arousing the emotions. So we can see that word is very important to understand. Penetration, right? How you penetrate a woman is how you penetrate the world. This is something I always say. When you penetrate a woman, you enter her body, her spirit, and you enter the entire cosmos because she's the holder of the womb. You force her into surrender with your penis that's connected to your heart and your love, into her divine feminine, and you shift her energy. So you fill her up, you literally fill the woman up with power, information, and affect her by physical and energetic stimulation. So if you show up with a weak penis, this of course breaks the effect of her as well, on her as well. She may not feel it at one time or in that moment, but over time she will, definitely. And if she's very conscious, she's going to feel it in the moment as well, even if she won't say anything. She may begin to resent you or even not trust you. To be too much in craving and yearning with no way to contain it by you, right? So because us women, we have this natural yearning to be penetrated all the time. And I'm not just talking about your penis, I'm talking energetically. So she's just going to have this craving and yearning and like no solution, because you can't bring your full erection and your full power literally into her. So very unsatisfying for women, very depleting as well. Penetration is the job of the cock. The physical and energetic power and gift to the feminine, especially in sacred union. The woman craves and yearns to be penetrated, to be filled with life force, which the masculine offers. So if a man cannot provide a strong gift, the woman will feel eventually very disappointed, depleted, especially if the man cannot and will not satisfy her in other ways, on top of his lack of his penis power, right? So, that just means you're a selfish lover. If you have erectile dysfunction and you're not taking care of your woman first, then that's an issue, guys. That's also something you need to maybe observe within yourself. Why? Why can't you? Because the masculine is the giver. He is the filler, the giver. So if you cannot give first to a woman before you expect her to give you, there is a blockage in your divine masculine energy. You're basically not in your divine masculine energy. You're in your feminine more. So the masculine first gives. So he receives a lot from the woman after she transmutes his energy and gives it back to him, but he gives first. I talk about this a lot. And I know it triggers, people who are in their ego and boys, but please listen with an open heart, because if you want to be in your divine masculine, you need to hear this. Now, every woman wants and needs to be penetrated fully. The real, deep, powerful orgasms come from deep penetration. It doesn't mean you have to have a huge penis, but just a powerful one, all right? Many women today never had a cervical or even a G-spot orgasm, which is very sad, and they only had a clitoris orgasm at best. They're all great. All these orgasms are great, but they bring different levels of power and openness and healing for a woman. And again, you can read a lot about it in my Sex Magic Evolution book as well. To truly connect with a woman, to truly claim her, open her heart to you, to create a sacred union between you two, you want all of them. You want to create all of these orgasms within your woman, all right? But especially the deeper penetrative ones, which are the cervical or the G-spots orgasm, which can take between 15 to 45 minutes of continuous penetrative touch. So it takes time for a woman, guys. You've got to be patient. You've got to take your time. Don't rush it. I always say that. You can see why this is an issue if your penis is not up for it, or if you ejaculate prematurely, like most guys, after like a few minutes, just, And again, the woman can smile at you and say it's okay, but it's really not. So, all women are multi-orgasmic. Okay, guys? You want to satisfy your woman and keep her satisfied. When your woman is full, when you're filling her up, you as her man are going to be even fuller. Full physically and energetically, as well as emotionally, of course. Because when she feels seen, loved, taken care of by you every day, she's going to give it to you 10 times fold. That's the sacred flow between a man and a woman. That's how it should be. If you know that you're filling your woman constantly, but you're not getting it back from her, there is something wrong as well. You need to find a different woman. All right? That's another depletion. You don't want to energy leak. So if you're the channel and you're filling up the vessel, but you're constantly feeling depleted, that means that this vessel, this feminine, has a leak in her. So you want a strong feminine, just like the feminine needs a strong masculine. You, as a divine masculine, need a strong vessel. So you want to find a strong woman who can hold your light and energy and not have any leaks or holes in her vessel, right? I hope this analogy always helps to understand. But you really have to be honest with yourself. Am I actually the man who fills up my woman? Do I give her enough life force? Am I actually doing that? Because both of us, men and women, cannot expect the other one to do their job if we're not doing our job. Okay. Let me see. Do you connect with your woman? So do you approach sex with your heart? These are very important questions to ask. Do you approach sex with love, with presence, a lot of presence? Most men who have this issue are not present at all. They are not open in their heart, and usually they will have some sort of either anger or fear from or towards the feminine. For some men, it is the fear of their own masculine power, because they have seen too much of the trauma caused by the dark masculine, which affects their own manifestation of their own masculine force. So a lot of men kind of like subconsciously suppress their own masculinity because they don't want to be that man. They don't want to be that demonic man that they see everywhere. So it's not about that. We need your masculinity. We just need your divine masculinity. So healing your erectile dysfunction is a loving act towards not just yourself, but towards your partner. So you can give them the gift of full, powerful penetration of your heart with your penis. And it could be a good motivator for some men to take action towards healing. So hopefully this helps. Now, penis massage. I got a video about the penis massage. Watch that too. If you have a partner, ask them to perform the long, beautiful penis massage for you. I wouldn't ask any woman to do this for you. Only a woman that you know loves you deeply, because the emotional part of this massage is key to the healing process. So this penis massage is not about just like getting you off. It's about opening your heart. And this is sex priestess work, and women really need to know how to do that as well. Like, there is an intention when you do this. It's a specific massage for the penis. And it's really not about, it's actually not about ejaculation. Like, when you're doing this penis massage, try not to ejaculate. Just try to work with your sexual energy and opening your heart, and that's the intention your partner, your woman, or your partner should have when they're giving you the penis massage. So you want to feel safe, since this is a very vulnerable place to be, and to be in, and ask your woman or your partner to fill you with her womb power and love. This is true intimacy and connection. If you're asking a man to do this for you, then ask this man to connect with his heart to your heart as well. Women, remember to bring out the God in the man when doing this. So when giving this massage, do it while seeing the man in his highest version, even speaking it to him in words, programming him to embody his inner God. This is very deep sex priestess work that I teach in my sex priestess initiation, but giving you a little glimpse of it. Just as a woman needs to feel safe with a man in this vulnerable state also needs to feel safe with the woman. Let's talk about semen retention again. Very important. We're going to talk about more practices later. I'm sorry, this is a very long video, but I want to give you all the information. Semen retention can not only help your sex life and enhance pleasure for you and your partner, but it can heal your body from all sorts of illnesses. I will go over more practices later on again. More things to try. Massage. Again, massage all your body just to relax you and to get you into a good mood without a happy ending. Just nice, loving massage. Patient touch with no reason or goal. Just to be present with your body. That's very important. Acupuncture can really help erectile dysfunction as well, along with a healthy diet. So you can't just do one. Both really kind of help together. Also, energy healing can be helpful, but again, you got to find the right healer, of course, and the right practitioner that would really connect to your specific situation and your energy. Let's talk about some emotional causes. When most men today have sex, it is for the wrong reasons. Let's face it. For ego, for short-term satisfaction, release of energy, and just coming all over the place. Literally to dump all your shit into a partner. That's basically why men have sex today. They do it to feel good about themselves, to prove to prove to themselves or society that he is a man, that he can fuck all the people, blah 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 blah. That he had another conquest or whatever you call it. More women, bigger ego. There's no real love. There's no real connection, and with the lack of love, of heart connection to himself, his own heart, which is the real power of the divine masculine, there is no real power and no real freedom within the union. So these men are missing the true ecstasy that comes with sex. You're really missing out. Like, you may have a lot of people you sleep with, but you're really missing out on the good stuff. Sex is a divine experience. It is meditative, healing, expanding, not an instant gratification of ego or body. Sex is a union with the divine, and when you get to a state of such connection, you see that your partner, as yourself, is the divine. Sex takes away time. It takes away ego. It offers the gift of infinity, of love, of coming home, which we really all crave and all want. When sex turned to such a disconnected, superficial act, many sexual dysfunctions began to rise in people as well, especially in men. This is also because, remember that from a sacred point of view, the power center of a woman is her sexuality, her womb, and so it is harder to destroy her sexual power. That's why the dark masculine has created such a reality where women are stripped from all their power, sexual power, they're raped, used in endless horrific ways, and etc. For men, it is easy to destroy their sexual power, but their heart is something that cannot be destroyed so easily. So focus on your heart, dear brothers. Focus on healing the heart and connecting heart and penis together. This is very important work for the divine masculine. In our society, sex is the main or even only way men can actually experience intimacy and connection. So they are constantly seeking it in any way. It is important to acknowledge acknowledge this and create more ways for yourself that can fill the emotional needs you have, such as building brotherhood of like-minded men, building real connections with other divine men that can actually help you evolve and heal in your like, what kind of men are you surrounding yourself with? Do you even have brotherhood? What kind of brotherhood? Are you just a brotherhood who go drink every day? Or are you a brotherhood who talk and like go deep into your heart and your emotions and make sure you keep each other accountable? Men who are working to be in their divine masculine, men you trust, men you can look up to, men you can open up to. Also create more meaningful monogamous relationships where you can feel safe, open, and your heart more powerful. The right relationships changes a man, and it is those kind of bonds that the world also needs the most. And again, I know we're very triggered by the word monogamy today, but please don't be. It's just because we've been doing it wrong. Monogamy is a blessing, and it is our nature. Men, actually, and I always say this before, if you look at the masculine and the feminine, the masculine, in fact, by nature, the divine masculine is monogamous because it is a one point of attraction. It needs this one source to put its energy into. The feminine, the vessel, is this ever-changing, she needs new colors, new shapes. She's actually not as monogamous in nature. But for the sake of sacred union, both are monogamous because you need to contain and keep that flow of energy safe and clean and pure and sacred. All right, so yeah, I promise you, men, when you find the right vessel, the right feminine vessel, and you pour your life into her, you will get 10 times fold more than what you give her. Because this is the flow of the sacred union, and as it should be. Let's talk about emotional causes of erectile dysfunction a little bit. ED affects a man's confidence, and we know this already, in the world and with women. Normal sex needs the mind and body working together. Emotional or relationship problems can cause or worsen erectile dysfunction as well. Some emotional issues that can be the cause of ED are also depression, anxiety, relationship conflicts, stress at home or at work, stress from social, cultural, or religious conflicts, worry about sex performance, the worry itself gives you ED, resentment, when a man feels resentment towards his partner or someone else, maybe towards a parent, this can lead to a blockage which can cause ED. So examining the relationship or relationships with partner or parents or whoever, the suppressed emotions and expressing them in a healthy way can bring a significant, if not a full shift in any sexual dysfunction in men. Guilt, shame, and pressure during sex doesn't allow one to get to the state of trust in themselves or their partner, and they cannot surrender. Even if they orgasm, they are stuck in the head or body trauma and cannot reach the state of connection to source through surrendering. So again, I'm going to repeat this. It's a very important kind of like a summary. ED is a symptom of sexual blockage, of life force blockage. It is up to you to explore thyself and know thyself, to understand and know why your body is having this physical manifestation or the blockage. Explore when, how frequent, with who, and why your penis cannot function at its highest. Ask yourself the ugly questions and be brutally honest with yourself. How does your penis feel and work when you're alone or with a partner? What does it need to be filled with that life force and that energy? Talk to your penis. Your heart. Talk to your heart. Connect to the heart and penis. Make your heart and penis talk to each other. This is one practice I do with men. And do some heart-penis connection. It's so, so important. I'm going to keep repeating it because it's so vital. So again, this is work I do with men as a sex priestess, but obviously I can't work with all the men here. So I'm trying to initiate more women. I am initiating more women worldwide now into the temple so that we can do this work worldwide and help everywhere in the world. So if you want to be a priestess in the temple, it's a full year initiation. And you can go to my website and check it out. And if you're looking for a priestess, also contact me. And when a priestess is initiated in your area, I can connect you both and you can work together. All right, so let's continue, guys. So if the cause is emotional, it can mainly be caused by trauma a lot of the time. So I feel it is vital to explore the subconscious beliefs and stories that we may have or taken from our parents or society. I work with men to explore their mother or father relationships, and also the first time you have you had sex. So really explore the first time you had sex and what happened then. This is something most people need help with, so I recommend, again, to seek the help of a therapist you trust. I don't really work so much with men, I just don't have time for it, but seek a really therapist that you really trust and explore these things. Explore your parents' relationship with your mother and your father separately. Explore their relationship that they had together, and explore the first time you had sex. These are just things to start with, that you can start with to really begin to understand your subconscious mind and where a lot of things can probably come from. A lot of blockages or traumas or whatever. All right, so let's continue. Trauma can vary from abuse, like actual sexual abuse, like rape, or just guilt or shame around sex, or shame around your penis as a child from, your parent or someone else. It can be, like I said, actual sexual trauma, whether conscious or suppressed. It could be societal brainwashing or pressure. And even porn is traumatic to the subconscious mind. You have to understand, especially when you watch very violent or, distorted porn, which is not representative of the sacred union, the subconscious takes it as a trauma and as an abuse. It's horrific what it does to our subconscious mind. And again, if you haven't watched the video on porn, go watch it. In any case, trauma causes blockages around the sexual area in the root chakra. This is connected to the lack of blood flow as well. And of course, it is a physical manifestation of the blockage, the blood flow or lack of it. Ask yourself, what will happen if I have a full functional penis? This is a really strong question. What if I had a strong, long-lasting erection? And be very honest when you're answering these questions. Take your time and be very honest. You can edit this question to suit your personal situation, but you can be surprised with the answers that come up if you're very brutally honest and observant of your situation. Creating strong, healthy bonds. Let's go into that a little deeper. In our society, masculinity has been reduced and distorted to the idea of the macho who sleeps with as many women as possible. This cannot be further from the divine, powerful masculine. A man in his divine masculine forms strong, healthy, mature bonds with friends, family, but especially with the woman he chooses. Monogamy is the way of the divine masculine. It is a one point of attraction, like I always explain, purposeful energy, and this invites the right woman as well as make her feeling safe, so she can continuously surrender to you even deeper, and your bond can forever deepen and expand. So when you are in actual sacred union, it never gets boring. It just gets deeper and deeper. When a man feels safe with a woman, when he feels truly seen in that safe container of a sacred union, and he has done enough shadow work to master his own shadows as they come, he feels much more relaxed, appreciated, and grounded, which directly affects his sexual flow and power, because a man needs to feel appreciated and respected by the world and his woman. It's very important for the masculine. For a lot of men, erectile dysfunction can simply come because you're not feeling respected. It's very important. Being with the wrong woman or multiple women can deeply affect your erection because, again, your cock is connected to your heart. And many men who are in damaging relationships also feel the effect on their sexual energy or in their life force energy. They can live in depression, feeling lost and detached from their own purpose, etc. And remember, a conscious woman wants you to be the leader in the relationship. So once you know in your heart that you have found your woman, your vessel, make sure you make your bond a purpose. Your relationship becomes one of your biggest purposes. Lead and take positive ownership of her and your bond, so that this will literally turn you into a god. Not joking. Your penis does not lie, man. So the right woman for you will make you feel like a god when you're having sex. And for women, it is the same. The right man would make you open up and embody your full your full goddess capacity. in your body. So even if you have doubts in the mind, your penis and pussy rarely lie. So listen to them. Now let's dive deeper into the soul and the depths of the soul. A word on respect. So respect is more important to a man in a relationship. If a man isn't feeling respected in a long-term relationship, he will not be able to get it up. This happens to a lot of men, or they just don't even feel like having sex. So be a man who deserves respect, right? You can't claim respect from your woman or your partner if you are not a man who deserves that respect. So this is the divine masculine. He's mature. He asks these questions of himself. Ask yourself and be honest if you truly deserve your woman's respect. Can she trust you fully? Do you honor your word? Do you show up? Do you respect time, her time, your time? Do you spend time together? And women, find respect for your man. If he shows up on time, if he calls you, if he honors your time and his word, tell him, show him, and remind him that you respect him in words and actions. Show him that respect, even if he does small or big things in your relationship. So that was a very important word on respect. The spiritual causes. So let's dive into more spiritual causes. The life force energy seeks to move from the root chakra. The sexual organ, from the sexual organ all the way up to the crown. And then it reverberates back into the heart. If you have blockages in your root chakra, you can see how this is destructive, not only for the physical, but for the movement of your life force and spiritual connection and potential. By the way, this is the movement that we learned from the Ankh. You can read about it in Symbols of Sex Magic. And I'm going to write more about the Ankh in Advanced Sex Magic. It's going to be in one of the next books. But, the Ankh is a very important symbol and tool to work with, because when we bring up the sexual energy from our penis and pussy, from the crown, from the lower chakra, up into the heart, and then it kind of like I'm gonna take a whole video to explain this, but it reverberates, it goes back to the heart, and then we also can bring it back and forth from the partners. Or if you masturbate, you can actually do it with the universe itself. But okay, later on this. A man is a channel of light. Like I always say, he needs the flow to be clear, direct, and powerful, so he cannot only penetrate his woman, but the world, and live his purpose in the best way possible. This is very important. So, what to do, guys? First, stop watching porn. Yes, I will not sugarcoat it, and I will not say, oh, you can watch less porn and eliminate porn altogether. Don't do it. Stop watching porn. If you find yourself following sexy girls on Instagram all day, don't have an Instagram account. Master your power. Master where your energy goes to. Stop having leaks in your energy. Stop wasting your freaking life force everywhere. Preserve it, work with it, and then find the right channel to put it into, all right? The right vessel to put it into. This is true for any man, but especially for a man that has erectile dysfunction, because this means that he has built up an unhealthy dependency on porn, on the porn drug, because it is a drug. Porn makes you need a higher level of stimulation and intensity to reach the same goal, remember, which is ejaculation. And let's face it, if it is done in a very distorted, unhealthy way today. Porn is highly destructive and distorted. Plus, porn doesn't teach men that women really, what women really want, and this makes them really bad lovers on top of their own penis weakness. And men become rushed, unattentive, selfish in the way that they have sex, and they're not attuned to their partner. They're not present. So again, please watch the TED Talk, The Great Porn Experiment, that I mentioned in the porn video too. Watch the porn video if you haven't watched it yet. Because again, that video, that TED Talk is really important to give you men the more scientific reasons, and a lot of men really like the scientific proof, and you will get that over there. Why it's a drug and why it's very dangerous and destroys men, and with that, it destroys sacred union, of course, as well. Porn brings to over-ejaculation, as well as distorting the connection to the feminine and sexuality at large. It depletes the levels of dopamine and testosterone, which destroy the men's life force over time. Over ejaculation doesn't only have to cause erectile dysfunction. When a man ejaculates often, especially when done in such a disconnected way, it weakens not only the life force in the man and his penis, but his heart as well, and his ability to deal with life, money, relationships, and his purpose. Most men cannot even find their purpose because they're just ejaculating all the time and have too much porn and, watch too many naked women, and they literally don't even have any more life force for their purpose. So it takes everything from them. When a man doesn't have a purpose and live for a higher purpose, he cannot live in his divine masculine. It's one of the key. So let's continue. So the brain is the most important sex organ, and science has today proven that porn rewires the brain. Imagine the damage that it can do to a young brain that is not fully developed yet and is so susceptible for anything from the external world. So it's very detrimental for boys today who watch this. Here's an important question to explore. How do you define masculinity? Exploring relationship with your family, friends, jobs, and life itself. Exploring your purpose. Do you even have one? Is it one that you honor yourself? Do you honor your own purpose? Is it respectful? Is your purpose one that your goddess will respect, right? Whether it is a woman you love or the ideal of a woman that you want to attract. Talk to your penis. Listen to your penis, guys. Feel from your heart if there are any memories, ideas, feelings that rise up from the penis wanting to communicate with you. And again, watch my video, how to view your penis. I'm going to link it below. Semen retention mastery. Very important. You can find it in my book, Sex Magic Evolution, a little bit of it. I'm going to talk about it now a little bit more. Pleasure yourself and give love and attention to your cock without ejaculating for a period of at least 3 months. I said 3 months, guys. Yes, I know it sounds like eternity, but it is very important and part of your initiation and self-mastery. Advanced mastery. So now you want to master filling yourself up with life force and energy instead of depleting yourself with life force. These are breathing techniques that help you take the energy from your cock first to your heart and then to the rest of your body. Later, with the Ankh energy, and that's going to be taught in Advanced Sex Magic, you can master recycling your life force in your body. But again, that is for more advanced men who've already mastered semen retention. Build more testosterone and dopamine, not with drugs, but in natural ways, like the practices we spoke of before, and we're gonna speak now. And mastering your sexual flow, healthy food. No animal products, no alcohol, no these bad drugs, like you know what the bad drugs are, so I'm not gonna go into them now. And building strength and stamina within your body with exercising and healthy exercises like we spoke before, like spiritual work, breathing exercises, meditation. You must work on all the levels of your being, as we discussed before. Taking shortcuts, guys, will not help you, because especially if you want to embody your divine masculine power, and it's gonna be, if you embody your full divine masculine power, you will inevitably have better erections and stronger erections. Now, the first practice, you want to take some time with no penetration. So you want to take at least, like I said, 2 or 3 months. Don't penetrate a woman. If you have a woman in your life, you can pleasure her in every way. She's allowed to have all the orgasms. That's fine. She doesn't need to practice this. She needs to practice other things. Your practice is to hold your ejaculation and don't penetrate a woman. Enjoy some breathing tantric technique. Do some massages for each other. Like I said, you can find it in my book. Enjoy intimacy and get to know the body and energy of your partner all over again. This is an amazing time to actually take a pause and get to know your partner. Get to know a woman. If you're single, make sure that porn is off the table and enjoy penis stroking and massage with no rush for ejaculation. Very loving, simple strokes of your penis. Master the breathing practices we're going to go over, and make sure your diet is clean with plant-based food, no alcohol and heavy drugs. Again, and examine your ideas, beliefs, and emotions towards women as well as masculinity. Also, again, watch that video, how do you view your penis, because it's also very important to do that work with your penis and heart connection. I know I repeat a lot of things a lot, but it's just to kind of like get them ingrained in you because they're very important. All right, breathing technique. Mantak Chia calls this technique sharpening the knife. It's a really funny, I like the way he calls it like that. It's a very old practice. So using natural oil, you're going to massage your penis daily, stroking the inside of your penis head 44 times each side to each direction. You're going to count with actually count the numbers, and do this daily. You are strengthening your capacity to hold your semen and lowering your sensitivity. Breathe deep while doing this and pull, like with your imagination and your energy, pull any turn on into your heart. So if you get turned on, you want to just stop, breathe, pull it up into your heart. Literally see that energy coming from your penis to your heart. Later on, you can pull or move this energy from your penis to your entire body, but do not skip this mastery. First, you master bringing it from the penis to the heart. That's all you need to focus on the first stage. Feel your heart first and awaken your divine masculine heart with your life force. Now, while you're doing this, or after the daily stroking quote, for 44 strokes every direction, you massage your testicles. This is important, of course. You want to rub your hands together and feel the energy between your hands. You're stimulating energy and life force. And you place your hands on your heart, and then you're going to massage your testicles. Or you can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your testicles. You are creating this connection between, again, heart and penis or heart and testicles to program your sexual energy with the heart, which is, again, your source of life force and power. Another practice is, this is how a man can achieve having an orgasm without ejaculation. This takes time, and it takes practice, and it takes commitment. This is not easy, guys, but it's very possible, and it's beautiful when a man reaches this place. So this is only for real men who are really ready to put in the work to embody their inner God. This is no joke. So men need to really master this more. In this mastery, you can have sex, you can masturbate, but do not have ejaculation. So what you're going to do, you're going to contract your prostate gland. If you don't know how to do that, try it when you pee first, so that you'll know what muscle to use. So like you kind of stop your pee during the time that you pee. Don't do that all the time, because you don't want to destroy your bladder, but just so you know which muscles to use. And then you practice this like hold and release. Do this as many times during the day that you can. 100 times, 3 times a day is best. The male G-spot is in the prostate gland, so when you do this again, bring up the energy you feel in the penis into your heart. Only once you have mastered this, you can bring it up into the crown chakra and the entire body. But this is later on. Now, you have to breathe really deep when doing this. Even make sounds and let your body do what it needs to do. Like if there's any release that wants to come out of your body, like any sounds, just do it. Any shaking, any sound. And later on, you can also massage your prostate gland to kind of help the energy move there as well. Edging. So this is another practice. So when you have an orgasm, you're usually done, right? As a man. And this is very sad for us women, because we're just starting. So we lose you at that point. We lose the man, and your energy the energy and connection is lost for the woman. So especially if the woman didn't even have enough time for her, satisfaction, she will be highly disappointed. So even if she doesn't always say she is, again, guys, woman is not always going to say it, but you want to master your power. You want to be a God man. When you have sex or masturbate, stop before the orgasm comes, stop before ejaculation, breathe and start again. This is called edging. A lot of you know this, but not many of you practice it. And women and men can do this both together, and should do this, because it's a very enjoyable, actually, and can connect partners on a deep level. This will bring your orgasm, when you do orgasm, to a whole new level of pleasure. So, and when you stop before you peak, contract and bring your energy upwards. Again, you do that same practice. Do this as many times as you wish. The more, the merrier. And another practice is circular breathing. So you're going to breathe in for 4 and you're going to breathe out for 4 with no pause between the breaths. This is it's a constant, deep, continuous breathing that does wonders to the men during sex. There's no holding or constriction in this breath. So it's just a flow and movement. It really helps the men to ground and to stay present. Not to mention the energy will move away from the penis to the rest of the body, and later it will help you to enjoy full body orgasms as well. So this takes time and mastery again, but it's really worth it, guys. Okay, so sex is a way to reach God, guys. It is a way to reach source, to truly know thyself through the eyes of the Creator, through the eyes of your lover. It is beyond ego or stress or mind. It is beyond illusion. The sacred union offers the opportunity for us all to live fully in our truth, power, and freedom. The woman becomes the goddess, the man the god, both in intertwined rapture of devotion, both birthing themselves anew in their embrace. Their moans are a call of the soul to once more return home. To be seen and held in your true lover's arms is true freedom. I love you so much, and I hope this helps and inspires you. And I am here to serve the souls of humanity. I am a priestess of the temple. I am a servant of the mother. And I pray for the awakening of all divine men and women on planet Earth. Thank you.